Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. I'm Shamela Pullen. Here's what we have in the bulletin.
Woman killed in Red Bank attack in St. Elizabeth. Manchester reports increase in major crimes. And later in sports, reggae girls to play Antigua and Barbuda in World Cup qualifier today at National Stadium.
Now the details. The Manchester Police is reporting a noticeable increase in major crimes since the beginning of 2026. The police are urging citizens to stop accommodating criminals in their communities and to cooperate with law enforcement efforts. Details in this report.
According to head of the Manchester Police, Superintendent Kerry Duncan, violent crimes have risen by 9% so far this year. He made the announcement during the Manchester Municipal Corporation's monthly meeting held on Thursday. Superintendent Duncan also revealed that police have seized 8 prohibited weapons and recovered approximately 200 rounds of ammunition during targeted security efforts. Police also confiscated 5 illegal firearms believed to be linked to criminal activities in the parish.
What has challenged us, our significant challenge, was those incidents over in the Comfort Midday space that we had earlier in the year, where we had some persons, land settlement, where we had some persons unfortunately being killed. Since those incidents, I want to say that we have implemented several strategies in the space.
The superintendent expressed concerns about the growing threat posed by illegal weapons circulating in the community.
So this man in particular, he hails from over in St. Catherine South, Old Harbour Bay to be exact, and he created havoc over in that space. And our intelligence said that he was in this space to further his criminal organization, his network and activities. And we know of some other persons that he is in collusion with in the space. They are not yet in our custody, and they are persons who we seek to find.
He also addressed the recent fatal shooting of a wanted individual known as Oral Cole, also called Rasta or Pretty Ras.
I think he lived up to what he said that he would do. He did say that when he's confronted, he won't be going down easily, and his intention is to take as many police officers as he can with him. Fortunately, based on our training and our superior firepower and training, we were able to maneuver ourselves in that space, and he came out at the worst end of the firefight. One of our police officers, I'll say, was injured, not seriously, but could have been devastating had he not been wearing his bulletproof vest. A bullet lodged in his bulletproof vest right in the center of his chest, and that could have proven to be very detrimental.
The police continue to implement strategic measures to effectively manage crime across the parish. Antonia Atkinson, TVJ News.
Meanwhile, Superintendent Duncan is appealing to Orain Nelson to surrender himself to the police.
I want to reaffirm the call for Mr. Orain Nelson, whom we earnestly seek to come into us, somebody who we believe can assist us in many of our investigations that we have going on. We have been doing some significant work around him. Can't go in any details, but we are just saying, and I'm taking the opportunity to encourage him again to come into us so we can have the discussion.
A 39-year-old woman is dead following an attack in Red Bank, St. Elizabeth. Police report that Nicole Facey, also known as Nikki, was on her way home with a companion when they were approached by men in a white Toyota Vitz. One of the men reportedly demanded her handbag, which she handed over. Moments later, an explosion was heard and Facey fell to the ground. She was later found with a gunshot wound to the head. Hours after that incident, the police confirmed that abduction and subsequent release of a female meters away from where the murder occurred. Investigators are probing both incidents. Damanis Nelson, the JDF soldier charged with killing his girlfriend in 3 Chains Mandeville, Manchester, was remanded when he appeared in the Manchester Circuit Court this morning. He is to return to court on May 20, 2026. Presiding Judge Anil Koot Guinness has requested a forensic psychiatric report on Mr. Williamson to be ready by the next court appearance. Williamson is being represented by attorney Norman Godfrey. Meanwhile, the former employer of the Tanzania Donkey, Erwin Sullivan, says the community remains shaken since the incident.
Whenever I paid that young lady, I was satisfied that I paid for a day's work, because she go beyond the call of duty. She work as if she was a shareholder in the business.
Mayor of Montego Bay, Richard Vernon, has described as insensitive some of the expressions used against persons who are currently in shelters due to the passage of Hurricane Melissa. According to Mr. Vernon, most shelterees are in a vulnerable state and it's the only option currently available to them. He further stressed that schools being used in St. James as shelters accommodate specific types of persons.
We have 2 families at a shelter, young families, and they are very much in a vulnerable state, and that is why they're there. But outside of those 2 families, the shelterees are, they don't like to say senior citizens, but they are matured citizens who are unable to fend for themselves at this point in time.
Mr. Vernon says the St. James Municipal Corporation has been seeking alternatives and provided an update on the process and efforts to assist the 24 families currently in shelters.
The council has fully assessed 9 families thus far, properties thus far, and we have 15 remaining, which we will be doing over the next 2 weeks. Once we have completed the assessment, we will be sending the information to the Ministry of Economic Growth and Infrastructure Development so they can start mobilizing their team to assist these persons with homes.